Hey, welcome to the Blue Hill Sports Network, and I'll take the over podcast. A little short-handed tonight, and I am your host, Smart Manley. We got Doug Edwards up there. What's going on, Dougie?
Well,
Well, you know.
I know it all, man. What do you want to know?
We'll see about if you know it all when the peaks come down. In the lower right-hand corner, we got Eddie, Crybaby Face Ruel. What up, Crybaby Face?
What's up? Huskers still undefeated.
Until this weekend.
We'll talk about that.
Hey, we'll get into that later. Then, right here, we got old Nature Boy, the Nature Boy, our current champion. What is that right there you got, Josh? What's up, Josh Brown?
That's my little decoration for the real trophy, Doug.
No.
The bowl season is like the NBA in-season tournament. It don't matter.
Oh, no. Both seasons where champions are crowned.
You might as well just get a ribbon that says you participated.
Hey, we're running a little late tonight. Got a lot of issues going on, man. I had the coaches show, and then all kinds of stuff going on with my mom, and we had a member of our American Hostile Championship Wrestling crew who lost a family member today, lost his mom. So prayers go out to them, and just all kinds of stuff going on this afternoon, man. I'll tell you what, it's been crazy. I did a podcast earlier for Boot Hill Sports Network, and that went great, man. We'd like to thank them for having us on. And so, guys, any surprises you guys need to talk about this week?
Man, I ain't got no surprises, but is it true that Mike Norvell said that Florida State is 0-3 due to them playing? Is that true?
That he said.
Doug Edwards could tell you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just break that down here, okay? Number one, Georgia Tech has never, nor will they ever be a powerhouse, period. Boston College, the same thing. They haven't had. Can you name one player that played for Boston College since Doug Flutie? I'll give you 5 minutes to figure it out. And the third thing, as much as I love Memphis State, come on, man, are they really a powerhouse? Like Nebraska, that's considered a powerhouse. They haven't been there in a long time, but they are considered. LSU, Georgia, Oklahoma, Penn State, those are powerhouses. Boston College, I can't. They have all the talent in the world, man. It's not the players' fault. It's flat out coaches. It's the coaching's problem.
Yeah, they've turned on.
Did you see what he said about DJ? He's
Uh-uh.
sticking with him because he showed him great things in the Memphis game. Had one good pass.
Yeah, scored 12 points.
Yeah.
Offense is looking tough there.
What do you think about it, Dougie?
I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Tell you
Man.
the truth.
I wish where's Kenny at? Because I'd love to get his insight on what he thinks a powerhouse is.
Well, he's a Florida State fan, so, I mean, there you go. He thinks Florida State's a powerhouse.
Man, shit house.
They were. They used to be.
Kenny is on the night shift this week, so as the song says, on the night shift, baby. All right, let's talk about the new top 25. 25 is Texas A&M at 2-1. Illinois, a team we'll talk about here in a little bit, comes in at number 24. Number 23, Northern Illinois at 2-0. And Eddie's Nebraska Corn Huskers, as he said earlier, they're 3-0. They move up one spot to number 22. And then Clemson Tigers move up a spot. They're 1-1 and ranked number 21. And then Iowa State comes in at number 20 at 2-0. They move up a spot also. Louisville stays set at number 19. Michigan at 18 at 2-1. Notre Dame at 17. They're 2-1. They move up a spot. Doug's LSU Tigers, they put it number 16 at 2-1. And then Oklahoma, who's got a big game. I can't wait to talk about that one. They are 3-0 at number 15. Thoughts on 25 through 15, Mr. Doug Edwards?
Well, I grew up a middle class kid, and I have a plan. Oh
Boy,
wait,
you already sound like Kamala Harris. Is she on the podcast tonight?
I just thought that was the answer to everything. All of a sudden,
Oh, you're right. You're right. It is.
But anyway,
And,
I
and,
don't have
hey,
much.
and we're like her. We love small businesses since we both own one.
Yeah, we love small businesses.
And I can't wait to get that $50,000 for a new startup.
I'm for opportunity. I'm all for opportunity.
Hey, we're gonna build us a big Boot Hill Sports Network. I guess a building, man, with that $50,000.
Oh, we got to have a studio, professional
That's
studio.
right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna have a game day crew, a sports center, and all that.
Right. We'll fly up to Happy Valley every once in a while, get with Josh over there.
Sit there by his plants. Josh,
No,
Josh
I
is.
don't,
Josh,
honestly, I don't have anything much about those. That sounds fine to me. 25 through 15, that's great.
There's potentially, after this weekend, Nebraska will be moving into the top 20, and teams like Michigan may be on the outside looking in.
I think so.
Well, and everybody's jumping back on Notre Dame. 9 touchdowns. How many you think we're passing?
2.
1.
0.
Woo!
Not one passing
Really?
touchdown. None.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
they're just-
they're wasting Riley Leonard as a quarterback.
Man, ain't no doubt. No doubt.
I think
He shoulda-
had
he shoulda went to
112
A&M.
yards. Yeah.
Hell, he should have went to Florida State.
He would have got 850,000. How much did he get to go to Notre Dame? Did we know?
I don't know his.
Look that up, Eddie, because Eddie is the man
Right.
as far as that goes. So there is our numbers there, 25 through 15. Now we'll go. 14 is Oklahoma State, who has a big game this weekend, or
Yep.
3-0. Kansas State 3-0 at number 13. Utah at 3-0 at 12. USC comes in at number 11 at 2-0. Josh's Penn State Nittany Lions at 2-0 come in at number 10. And then the Oregon Quack Ducks at 3-0 come in at number 9. The Miami Hurricanes hit you like a hurricane, and they are legit with Cam Ward. Move up 2 spots to number 8 at 3-0. Guys, that is 14 through 8. What do you got on that, Mr. Doug Edwards?
Well, I'm surprised Penn State dropped a couple spots, really. I don't know what they did to deserve to be dropped. Maybe they were at the other teams, they just thought they shined so well or something. I don't know. I'm also surprised, really, that Memphis State's not in the top 25. You got Northern Illinois, and those two are probably going to be your 2 in competition to get that group
Right.
of 5 at the end of the year. Because I think the AAC is kind of weak this year. I think Memphis has got a really good chance to run it out. I don't know about Northern Illinois. I don't really know their schedule. They had the great win over Notre Dame. If they run it out, I think they would get the nod over Memphis. But I'm surprised Memphis wasn't ranked.
Yeah, I agree.
They got them 26.
Okay, the next one receiving both.
Yeah, I don't know what Penn State. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Penn State guy. I'm up here. I live 15 minutes from the stadium. They didn't play great, but they played a very good team if people would do research, man. That team had 30-something seniors on that team. I mean, if you have 30-something seniors on the team, you're going to get a good ball club, Not taking anything away from them at all. But the way college football used to be, a win's a win, So that's how I always said, unless you're Ohio State, I always said if you're Ohio State and you win by 2, you can actually move up in the rankings. It's ridiculous.
I've seen them move up when they long.
I have too. You're right, Doug.
And Ohio State's schedule is just awful, man. I'll tell you what. They're still playing FCS teams right now as they move into that week. All right, so number 7 is Mizzou. They actually drop a spot, and they won also. They moved to 3-0 in the year. Tennessee Vols move up to that spot at number 6 there, 3-0. they have Oklahoma waiting on Saturday. The Ole Miss Rebels and the Lane Train keeps a rolling. They are 3-0. They're at number 5. Alabama comes in at number 4 at 3-0. And Ohio State, they actually got 5. That's right, 5 first place votes. They are 2-0 at number 3. And Georgia falls to number 2 as they got struggle time with Kentucky. Well, we got to talk about that, guys. Kentucky almost had Georgia's number. Texas comes in at number 1. But let's just talk about that game with Georgia and Kentucky, Doug. Thoughts on that?
I didn't see it coming. I sure missed that one on the picks. I guess life on the road in the SEC. That's why I'm happy with our South Carolina win. You know, South Carolina went into Kentucky the week before, beats them 31-6. I thought Georgia would just come in there and do what they wanted to. You know, bet the over, all of that. But you know, life on the road, especially in the SEC, you just never know. I'll take a 1-point win. It don't matter. On a road win, get it any way you can.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What do you think, Coach?
Georgia did it. They found a way.
And you know how bad Vandergriff wanted that win sitting on Georgia's bench the last 3 or 4 years. But
Man, I tell you what, he gave it hell,
I
though.
lost my money on it. I thought Georgia would cover the 45.5 by themselves. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think we sat here last week and everybody said Georgia by as many as they want to, and boy, that didn't happen. What do you think, Josh?
Hey, as far as the top 7 are concerned, I think they're spaced out pretty good. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, yes, I think right now, just right now, Texas is the number 1 team in the country. I firmly believe that. But believe it or not, they ain't played nobody last weekend or whatever. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think Tennessee is the second best team in the country right now. And that's no joke. I mean, they put up 60 last week, of course, against a nobody. I get that.
First half, didn't they?
Do you know how difficult that is to do?
A team to watch, though, to get to 1. Miami don't play. They're going to dominate the rest of their games. Louisville's their only ranked team left.
Little Sherm done comment, too, to use back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they shouldn't lose the game.
Are we back in the 80s?
Would y'all like to hear a funny joke?
Let's
Yeah, go for it.
The Ole Miss football schedule. That's funny.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, when's Ole Miss gonna beat somebody? Flip, slam, bam, Ole Miss ain't worth a damn.
They don't play Alabama.
Did
this
y'all
year. They don't play Tennessee this year. They don't play Missouri this year. They don't have to play Texas this year. They got us and Georgia. That's it.
Hey, I'll change it to hotty toddy. When you gonna play somebody?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that
Did
Georgia
y'all
game's
see,
at Ole Miss too, right?
It's at Ole Miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia plays Ole Miss, Alabama.
Georgia's got a tough schedule.
All on the road. They get Tennessee.
Wow.
They got to play Tennessee as well. They get them at home, but they got those other 3 on the road. Yeah.
I just want to say that's what you call a powerhouse.
That's powerhouse schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eddie. I think he was gonna say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they
Yep.
said Florida's going to offer Lane 15 to 16 million a year
I saw
to
that.
coach.
Does he leave?
I wouldn't if he's got it. He
Nah.
will. He's cocky. He's greedy.
Yep.
But Ole Miss, he could be a lifer there, winning 8 games a year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Lane
for
Train
sure.
jumps track, man.
It's-
Lane
it-
Train jumps track all
Yep.
the time.
It's Lane, so I can totally see him happening, but I wouldn't. You've got something good going on down in Oxford. I'd be staying home.
I wouldn't pay him that much myself because I don't like him. I don't think he's a great coach. But
Man, you got to look at what he's done for Ole Miss, though, man.
Yeah.
He's put Ole Miss back on the football map,
Yep.
recruiting,
Yeah,
offensive wise.
He'll leave
Yeah.
it high and dry quick.
they'll do good this year because they play nobody. They play 2 games. Us, Georgia. That's it.
Where they play
Before we
LSU
get to the
at?
big,
At Tiger Stadium,
This is a Saturday night game.
probably a night game.
Tell you what, old Jackson Dart, he's got to be a leading candidate for Heisman, don't he?
Yeah, they got a good team. I mean, I'm giving them fits here, but because they do have the easiest schedule out of the SEC. The schedules are so unbalanced now with all these 16 teams. You can't balance the schedules out. And like Georgia plays 4 of the top. Only one they don't play is Missouri. They play Tennessee, Texas, Ole Miss, Alabama. They play all 4 of them. They don't play Missouri. That's the top 7 teams. That's 4 of the top 6 teams that they play. 3 on the road. Now Ole Miss plays 1 out of those. They play Georgia. That's it. You can't. But those schedules are just unbalanced now.
Yep.
Bad, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Riley Leonard's $1.1 million.
Is he?
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
With
And
the
it's
dip,
still no
that's
touchdown
from
passes.
1.1.
No touchdown passes, right?
None
Hey.
in the 9 touchdown game Saturday.
That's pretty much
I
like
don't think
Florida.
he had any.
That's like Florida State paying 1.3 to Memphis State to whoop their ass.
Yeah. If you can run for 9
With an
touchdowns,
$850,000 quarterback.
why would you pass it? If you can run for 9 touchdowns, turn around, hand it off, man. That's easy. You don't get him hurt. You don't worry about the pass rush, sack, anything like that. Turn around,
Well,
hand it off.
if you use Riley correctly, you don't freaking lose to Northern Illinois.
You got
This
that
is
right.
true, too. This is definitely
Well,
true.
and I
Yeah.
think
You
they
got
had
that
4
right.
defensive. 4 of them were defensive touchdowns. Special teams and defense. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get on with our picks, man.
Y'all
First,
want to hear the scores from last week?
oh, that's right,
Yeah.
Doug. That's
Yeah.
who got the crybaby face this week?
We had a new record low score for a week out of 20 possible points. We had Eddie Derrick there with 3.
Man.
Whoop, 3. Did you? Hey,
3.
what did you say? 3?
3.
Wow,
Only game I
Eddie.
got all the way right was LSU.
Wow.
Else is sad.
Hey, we gotta vote him off the show, guys. He can't
Man,
be picking with
yeah.
3.
We're gonna put you.
You know
We're gonna
what-
put you
know
on
what else is
probation.
sad, though? You know what's really
I told you
sad?
I lost a lot of money.
He's still ahead of me after 3 weeks. 3-week total. That's what's sad.
Hey, I tell you what's sad is Josh missed a whole week, and he's right in the thick of things.
He's last week we had Mark Manley won the week. He won the week with 9 points out of a possible 20.
That's not good.
Josh, Kenny, and myself were really close with 8 points each for the 3 of us. Hurricane Johnny down there, he had 5. And
Look, Hurricane Johnny's still fighting a hurricane, I guess.
Man.
He's not on the show tonight.
Right, Eddie had 3. But the 3-week total, we got Kenny as the new leader at 26. Eddie's still in second with that 3-point week at 25.
Gosh, we're bad.
Mark's right behind him at 24. I got 21. I'm still very much in the hunt for things. Hurricane's got 17. Josh, you're pulling up the rear. You the caboose with 15, buddy.
That won't last long.
Hey,
No,
I'm
you're
like
past
Dion, Eddie.
Johnny.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
That's right. I'm here. Late to the party, but first one to leave.
That's right, baby. Hey, Josh missed a whole week, so hey, we cut him no slack, man.
No, I don't want no slack. I don't need none.
That's right.
Well, he'll
Little
get
Sharon
Johnny.
said Hurricane Johnny's internet's still out. Oh, poor Johnny, boy. I tell you, he living down there in Holden, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Louisiana. He probably hunting. He shoot him.
Yeah, shoot 'em, Clint.
All right, let's talk about some games going on this Saturday as we move into week number 4 of the college football season. Number 24, the Fighting Illini of Illinois, 3-0, taking on Eddie's Nebraska Cornhuskers, who are also 3-0. Nebraska is favored by 8. Over and under is 42.5. Altmaier leads the way for Illinois with 647 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Eddie, how you pronounce your quarterback's last name there?
Raiola.
Raiola, the spaghetti man, with 670 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 INT. Illinois opened the year beating EIU, I believe it is. Yep, 45-0, beating KU 23-17, and Central Michigan 30-9. So the signature win there is KU. Nebraska opened the year with UTEP, beating them 40-7, beating Colorado and Deion Sanders 28-10, and beating UNI 34-3. Matchup predictor shows Nebraska dominating this one at 69.7. With that being said, guys, Nebraska at home against Illinois, I don't think they covered the spread, so I'm going to take Illinois. Give me the 8, and I'm going to say we stay under 42.5. Sorry, Eddie.
Man.
It is actually Eddie's go.
I didn't think they would cover last week. I was wrong. They're going to win by 10 here, and it's going over. I don't get the total being so low. They both score. And one thing you said that's way off now was Illinois' best win was Kansas. Hell, they got beat last week by somebody at home.
Kansas did, yeah.
That's wild because they were a preseason favorite to be possibly a top 10 team. That's wild. But
Yeah,
as far as
your old coach,
Yep.
UNLV got them.
Yep. I'm with you, Coach. I think Nebraska is going to cover the spread, and I think it's going to go over. What's his name? Ricola.
Cola.
I think he's going to have. I think he's going to have a big game in Illinois. Hey, good job, good start to the season, whatever. But now it's about to show you that you're playing some real teams now.
Right. Well, before I start, the Raging Cajun Hurricane Johnny, he sent his pick in. He took Illinois with the points, and he took the under. So he's right there with Mark on that.
Right on.
I picked up a game. I picked up 2 points on Mark and Johnny right there. Mark it down.
Well, if you did, I'm going to pick up 2 as well because I got it just like it. I think at home, Nebraska is going to cover this spread, and I do have it going over as well. That's a 42.5. That's a low over-under, and I think Nebraska is going to get into 28 to 31 points, and Illinois, I believe. I'm thinking about a 10 to 13 point win.
Yep.
Well,
I
it
agree.
is Big Ten football.
Yeah.
Gonna be nasty and ugly. Hey, Kenny takes Nebraska and the over, Doug. So Kenny Corley takes Nebraska and the over.
Okay. Got him.
All right. So we got that settled.
That leaves you and Johnny out there on the Illinois island.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, family six together, right?
See, you guys gonna be getting stuck in Cairo.
Hey, as long as those small bridges are still open, we're good. All right, now next game on the schedule is the number 11 USC Fighting Trojans at 2-0, taking on the number 18 team in the nation, the Michigan Wolverines at the Big House. Michigan is 2-1. USC favored by 6, I do believe that says. Is that right, fellas? Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Over and under is 46.5. Man, I just don't see it staying under 46.5. And man, I don't know, has Michigan ever lost 2 in a row at the Big House? Or 2 games, I should say.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be 2 in a row, but had they ever lost 2 at home in the same season? That is something I meant to research. I meant to research that, and I just ran out of time. But It's hard for me to believe that they would lose two at home in the same year, but I got to take USC, guys. I got to take USC, and I'll lay the points, but I'm going to take the over as well. So USC minus the 6 and the over for me.
Man, I watched the A-State Michigan game because I bet the over. Those boys can't pass, and they didn't run the ball too well on A-State. And USC's never had a defense with Riley there, and they put them boys on steroids this year. They are getting after it. They look good. I'm going to take USC to cover and the over.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those games I mentioned before at the beginning of the show where Nebraska is going to get a chance to move up because Michigan is going to move down after this one because they're going to lose and they're going to lose big. I'm telling you, USC is going to cover. They're going to cover by at least 10, and it's going to go way over. That's not my
Way
lock
over.
of the week, though. Yeah, way over.
Hey,
Well-
that's not the master lock.
Nope, that's coming.
Well, look, the hurricane down there, he agrees with you, except he's got the under. He's got Southern Cal and the under, and I'm right there with the Hurricane because Michigan's just bad. We're just gonna have to face it. Michigan is bad this year. They're just not good.
Yep.
They're not fixing to get good all of a sudden. They barely beat the Red Wolves over here at Jonesboro from Jonesboro. They're not. USC is going to go into the big house, and it's going to be their house. But the score, I believe, I'm going to say the score will stay under because Michigan can't score much. So I've got USC to win and cover, and the under.
All right, Kenny Corley's going to take the USC and the over. I think it's a consensus there, Doug. Ain't it? Everybody took USC.
Yeah.
What Hurricane say?
Me and Hurricane took the under.
Oh,
We all took USC, but me and Coon Ash took the under.
coon ass.
Oh, coon ass. Hey, he can do some crawfish, oh, can he, Doug?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got some good crawfish down there. All right, next one is Georgia Tech in Louisville. Louisville ranked number 19 at 2-0 versus Georgia Tech, who is 3-1. The Yellow Jackets are not ranked. Louisville favored by 10.5. Over under is 57.5.
Where's this game at?
This game is at Louisville.
At Louisville. Okay.
Number 19 in the nation, Louisville. Of course, the Yellow Jackets led by King at quarterback. He has 962 yards and 6 touchdowns and 1 pick. Brown leads the way for Louisville as far as rushing. He has only 166 yards and 1 touchdown, so don't look very promising there. Louisville on the matchup predictor is 78.2. Georgia Tech 21.8%. Georgia Tech, of course, opened up the year with a big win over Florida State, 24-21. They beat Georgia State 35-12. Lost to Syracuse in the nail biter, 31-28. And then beat VMI, 59-7. Louisville looks like they beat Appalachian State 62-0, and then beat Jacksonville State 49-14. Guys, I'm going to take Georgia Tech plus the 10.5, and I'm going to stick with the under 57.5.
Man, Louisville's got another quarterback I didn't realize was still in college. He did 3 years Texas Tech, 2 at Oregon. I mean, damn. These guys staying forever anymore. When he's healthy, the dude slings it, runs, and puts up numbers. They had an off week. Georgia Tech's been traveling like crazy through 4 weeks. Give me Louisville to cover and the over.
Yeah, I'm curious how Louisville's going to match up against this powerhouse Georgia Tech team coming in. You know, with that being said, just Florida State can learn a lesson here. I want Louisville to cover, and I am taking the over on this.
Hey, when you got a king at quarterback, you can't go wrong. Georgia
That's
Tech's
right.
got a king at quarterback.
That's right.
Yeah, he's about to get pawned here.
Just ask Florida State about a king.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Grissom, he's right there with you and Eddie, Josh. He's got Louisville covering the 10.5 and the over. I've got to go over here and get on the side with Mark because I've got Georgia Tech playing a pretty good game, and I think it's going to stay under. I think Louisville will pull the game out and win, but I think Georgia Tech's going to stay within the margin. So give me 10.5. Give me Georgia Tech and under. We'll stay just under.
Yeah, it looks like Kenny's going to ride with us too, Doug. He's going to take Georgia Tech and the under as well.
Wow, we're splitting.
Yeah.
Got a 3-man tag match on this one.
Be a 6-man.
We're going to get some
Six man, yeah. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm thinking triple threat.
There you go. Triple threat's a good match too. Hey, speaking of wrestling, man, we got a show in Charleston, Missouri on Saturday night. American Hostile Championship Wrestling makes its first appearance in Charleston for a September to remember. 6 big matches on the card, including 3 title matches, the tag team titles, the Mid-America title, and the Missouri heavyweight title, all on the line. It's in Charleston, Missouri. It's at Charleston High School. Bell time, 7:30. Doors open at 6:30. Get your tickets online at American Hostile Championship Wrestling. Josh, you got any sponsors for us tonight?
Oh, man, you know I do. I got a couple for us tonight. We're going to bring back some feminine products that we had from last year. We're going to bring back Summer's Eve Douche. When something's wrong and it's a smell in your thong, try Summer's Eve. When your man's in a coma from that panty aroma, Summer's Eve. But also don't forget, Stay Free Maxi Pad. When you got that monthly boo boo, stick one of these up your hoo hoo. Stay Free Maxi Pad. Or if you need a downstairs patch for your baby hatch, Stay Free Maxi Pad.
Thank you. Stay Free, and what was the other one?
Summer's Eve.
Summer's Eve. All right. Hey, and we also got Edwards Freight coming out of Cooter, Missouri. Tell us that number, Doug.
That's right. That is 573-922-0002. You call, I'll haul. Don't go to Memphis. It's dangerous, man. Call me.
Matter of fact, you're going to haul something for me tomorrow, right?
We're gonna bring a wrestling ring down there.
That's right. He's bringing that wrestling ring from Memphis to Charleston, baby. That's right. Hey, Edwards Freight is a fine sponsor. They've been a sponsor since day one. And don't forget, Manly's Meat Wagon, where nobody beats the meat but us. All right. Thanks to our fine sponsors out there. Now, let's get on with it. Buffalo at 2-1, taking on the number 23 team in the nation, Northern Illinois, who is 2-0. Northern Illinois favored by 14. The over and under is 40.5, guys. I'll tell you what, I actually seen Buffalo in person, man. I was kind of, even though they didn't put no points against my Mizzou Tigers, I kind of liked them, man. Quarterback Agabana, I think's how you pronounce his name. He can run the ball. He can pass the ball. He's got 3 touchdowns on the year and 1 pick. He has 485 yards. And then they got a running back named Barksdale. He's got 35 carries, 195 yards, 184, and 1 touchdown. Buffalo opened up the year winning at Lafayette out of Louisiana, down there where Johnny's at, 30-13. They lost to Mizzou 38-0, and they beat UMass 34-3. And now on the other side, of course, Northern Illinois pulled the big upset against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, I believe it was, 16-14, yes. And then they beat WIU if it is. 54-15 matchup predictor shows Northern Illinois at 78.2 and Buffalo at 21.8. I tell you what, guys, Northern Illinois going into South Bend and winning there. That says a lot, man. So I'm going to go ahead and take Northern Illinois. I'll lay the 14, and I'm actually going to take the over of 43.5.
Hey, Coach, can you look something up real quick? Can you tell me, is Turner Gill still the head coach at Buffalo?
Head coach for Buffalo. Let's
think
look that
he
up.
is.
No, I don't think he is.
I mean, if he is, he's been there for a while.
No, I don't think he is. But y'all go ahead and I'll look it up.
I'm just curious real quick. Sorry, I don't mean to throw a hitch in this.
Oh, you're good, man. Keep it going.
Where did Turner Gill come from? He went from Nebraska, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Eddie's team. He was a hell of a quarterback, too.
Pete Limbo.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right. It is Pete. Yep.
Okay.
Limbo.
All right. I was just curious. What's your picks there, Coach?
Man, outside of the Mizzou game, Buffalo scores. So give me the over. I think they cover the 14. I'll take them +2. I'm not sold on NIU.
Even though they went to South Bend and won?
You're taking
It
taking Buffalo in the over.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm right there with you. I think Buffalo has been above mediocre for a number of years. Northern Illinois is riding on a high, but it's going to slowly start tapering off. And I think this is a week that's going to start doing it. Northern Illinois is going to win this ball game, but they're not going to cover. So give me Buffalo with the points, and yes, give me the over on that too.
Well, let me tell you something. Johnny Grissom says you're wrong, man. You're wrong.
Point for me.
Johnny Grissom says Northern Illinois will cover and the score will go over. That's what Johnny Grissom says.
I'll take the over. That's the name of the podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll take the point. That's the name of mine.
And Johnny's got 17 points on the year. So listen to Johnny.
That's right. That's right. Oh, hurricane.
Hey, he
Sorry
will
about
rock
that,
you
Johnny.
like a hurricane, baby. Rock you like a
Look.
hurricane.
Look, in all seriousness, though, Northern Illinois is playing with a lot of confidence after going to South Bend and beating the Irish, man. And they've got a lot to play for because they want that group of 5 spot in the playoffs. Them and Memphis right now, I think, are the 2 top contenders for that group of 5. There's going to be a group of 5 team in there. And Northern Illinois has a lot to play for. They're going to be fired up. I think this is a home game, isn't it, for Northern?
I think it is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So, with that all being said, I've still got on my sheet that Buffalo's going to give me the 14 points. They're going to stay within that. I think Northern Illinois will win, and I
Yep.
also have the over.
Boy, this is a weird year. Me and Doug, we've agreed a lot this year, brother. I'm telling you.
Doug's
think-
coming after that trophy. You better watch that trophy sitting behind you.
Man.
I honestly thought this was one where I would kind of get y'all. I thought everybody'd be on that Northern Illinois wagon, you know.
No.
Hey,
No,
did we
not
talk
yet.
about Kenny? Kenny is going to take the NIU and the under as well. Kenny Corley, NIU and under.
Here, let me just let me get that little pull stick real quick and put that point over for me.
I think Kenny's making subs right now, guys. He told me he's going to bring a sub to the next show for us. Jimmy Johns, he's making commercials with what's the little midget from Taxi?
Oh,
Danny
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito. All right, next one on our schedule is the Utah Utes at 3-0, taking on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Matter of fact, Utah is number 12 in the nation. Oklahoma State is 14, led by head coach Mike Gundy. I am a man, Mike Gundy,
man.
not a boy. At 3-0. So, with that being said, Utah, I believe, is the favorite, so Oklahoma State's going to be the home dog. Utah favored by 2. The over and under is 54.5. Mr. Reesing, is Cam Reesing going to play, guys? I know he had an injury. Have y'all heard anything on that?
I looked and looked today, and they're saying game time. So I'm gonna say I bet
So
it don't.
game. If he don't play, I don't think Utah stands a chance on this one. Being at Oklahoma State, boom, picking stadium is going to be rocking and rolling, and Mister Gordon the third is going, or second, excuse me, is going to run all over him. So if Reese don't play, I don't believe they got a chance. So give me my points. I'm taking Oklahoma State, and I'm taking the over because Oklahoma and Utah both can score some points, guys.
And I'm with you on everything you just said. Give me the Cowboys, and I'm take the under. But I think when you sent it, Oklahoma State's favored by 2.
I had Utah.
No, I had Utah.
No, Utah minus
Okay.
2.
I looked at it wrong then.
Let me see the update. Let me look at the update.
The new one's 2.5 to Oklahoma State.
Yes, it is.
Well, I had Utah minus 2.
Same here, Doug.
Yeah. The update is Utah plus 2.5.
Well, we're going with the original, aren't we?
Yeah,
That's right.
Minus
Yeah.
2 Utah. Yep.
Now we see where the money's coming in at, don't we?
That's right. That's right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm up here. Hey, right now it's community lock. I don't have really much to add to that. Whether he plays or not, Oklahoma State's going to be tough at home. That place is going to be rocking. I would hope it's a late game, but who knows? But yeah, give me Oklahoma State with the points. And yes, this one's going to go over. This is going to be a basketball score.
Hey, it's going to be a 3:00 game on Fox.
That's all right. That'll work.
Yeah, it ain't 11 a.m. game.
Yeah, thank God.
Well,
No
look here.
doubt. I hate those.
Man.
Look here, this is not going to be a community lock because
Ooh.
Johnny Grissom says y'all all 3 are wrong. He's going to take Utah, give away 2 points, and he's got the over. That's what Johnny got. And I'm right there with Johnny. Johnny actually got one right this time. I'm going to tell y'all that because
The over.
Oklahoma State, they didn't show me nothing against Arkansas. They got lucky beating Arkansas. Come on, man. Arkansas. Give me a break. And that game was at home. Still water. It don't matter. Utah's going in there with or without Rising. Right, Rising, however you pronounce his name. I'll give away 2 points. Give me Utah. Give me the over. Because they will score a lot.
Yeah, they're definitely going. Both teams got a great offense. Of course, they're always offensive minded. Let me see what Mr. Corley says. He has got Oklahoma State and the over.
Oh, can you see? Oh, Doug Island. Doug is out there on his own, isn't he?
No, Johnny. Me and Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Me
You and Hurricane. Yeah.
Me and Hurricane got flew out there on that island outside.
Hurricane Grissom. Hey, look, we got Hurricane Grissom and old Tropical Storm Edwards.
That's right.
All right, guys. Next one on the schedule is the team that Doug just talked about, the Arkansas Razorbacks at 2-1, taking on the Auburn Tigers at 2-1. Auburn favored by 3. The over and under is 58.5. This game is at Auburn. Guys, I don't know, man. This one, I've been sitting on the fence about this all day. Auburn is iffy, and Arkansas with the letdown against Oklahoma State.
Excuse me.
So that being said, man, I guess I'm going to take the home team here. I'm going to take Auburn, man. Lay the, what is that, 3? And I'm going to take the under 58.5.
I'm going to read you exactly what I wrote for this game. The hell with Woo Pig Suey. Give me Auburn and
That's
the over.
right. There you go.
You got the over, Eddie?
Yeah.
Hey, I think Vegas made a typo in this. I think they meant to make the over-under at 5. They accidentally hit 58. So give me Auburn to cover, but this game ain't gonna get close to 50. I just don't see it happening.
Well, so far you 3 have all taken Auburn, but Johnny Grissom says, "Hang on just a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, let me tell you something. Don't count them pigs out. He's gonna take 3 points. He's gonna take Arkansas under with the score."
Now he might be right. I ain't gonna take a point. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a point on that.
Well,
Now he might be right.
I'm gonna take a point on that too because I won't ever bet on Arkansas again. They struggled against UAB. Come on, man, that is pathetic. Arkansas is not back. They weren't ever here to be back. They were never there to be back from. So this is not their year. Next year won't be their year. They suck. Auburn, the Freeze man, Hugh Freeze is going to slowly put it together down there. He switched quarterbacks, I believe. He went with the younger guy. Auburn scored some points last week. They're going to do it again here against Arkansas. I do think it's going to stay under, barely, but I give me Auburn and the under.
All right. Kenny Corley also is going to take Auburn and the under as well.
Me, Kenny, and Dougie. Coach, you're in there too.
Johnny's out there on the he's
Gilligan.
on that one.
Probably the safest place for old Hurricane Grissom.
Freaking Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh, Lake Pontchartrain. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Those, I guess,
say it right.
All right, the Memphis State Tigers at 3-0 take on the Midshipmen of Navy at 2-0. Memphis is favored by, it's like 9.5. Is that right, guys? Yep, 9.5. Yeah. Over and under is 50.5. Matchup predictor shows Memphis 74.9, Navy 25.1. The Memphis Tigers opened up the year with a win over UNA 40-0. Then they beat Troy, who is always a tough team, beat them 38-17. And then last weekend they put the nail in the old coffin for the Florida State Seminoles, beating them 20-12. Now the Midshipmen, led by Horvath. I said Horvath, not Horvath, Josh. 22 carries, 155 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And then Navy opened up the year against Bucknell, winning that one 49-21, beating Temple 38-11. Memphis always has a problem with that triple option of Navy. Man, I just don't know if 9.5 is enough for Memphis to cover. But I want to take my chance. I'm going to take those Memphis State Tigers. Go Tigers. And I'm going to take the under of 50.5.
Yeah, I think Memphis State's still pissed off. They're not in the top 25. They want the playoff spot. So they're going to just try to dominate these AAC teams. I'm going to take them to cover, and that's another one I'm taking the over.
I'll take the over.
You know, Navy eats that clock, man. Navy loves to eat that clock.
Yeah. You're right. I was looking at my next game for the over-under. Give me the under, Doug.
You got the under there? Okay.
Yes.
We talked him right into that one, didn't we? He wanted that point. He didn't want to come back with a 3 next week.
That's right. That's right. I can tell you, Horvath, he's the tailback there, and his nephew, cousin, or something goes right here to Belfont. So I had the chance to meet him last year, and actually, this year is Belfont's travel field trip game or whatever. They're going to go watch Navy play, so I think that's pretty cool, you know. And on a side note, Monday my son goes to Indiana University IUP, which is about 2 hours away from here. He gets the pleasure of listening to Donald Trump speak in person, which I think is pretty cool with itself. And
oh yeah, that's awesome.
I told him to tell his friends, whether you agree with him or not, you guys are new voters, you need to go listen, because that's a rare opportunity to hear a former president speak. So go, you know. So yeah. I think it's pretty cool. But anyway, on to my pick. I love Memphis State Tigers. I was born there. I'm whatever, you know. But just like you said, Navy are going to try to pace the game by slowing it down and running the ball because Memphis will try to fire off on all cylinders. And from what you said, Coach, of them trying to make a statement, I think they're going to probably try to put too much pressure on themselves in trying to make this statement. And because of that, I think they're going to fall short of the spread. So give me Navy with the points. I think Memphis State does win this ball game, but I don't think they're covering. And I am going to take the under on that because I think Navy's going to slow it down.
Well, Johnny Grissom agrees with you. He's going to take.
Fuck! I'm going to change.
Too late now. Johnny Grissom agrees with you. He's going to take Navy in the point, but he's going to take the over. So, just like the show says, I'll take the over, Johnny.
I'll take
Johnny
the over.
lives by that. I think we came up with the name because of Johnny. He was always, I'll take the over.
That's right.
I think you're right.
You're exactly right. You are exactly right.
Yep.
So, but on my pick, man, I would love to go see a game at Annapolis. I once wanted to go there to school when I was younger, 14, 15. Would love, have nothing but respect for those cadets and those guys that are doing that. I don't think they can play with Memphis. I think they will. I think there's a little hangover for Memphis. You know, Memphis is a powerhouse according to Mike Norvell.
That's right.
They just beat another powerhouse in Florida State.
That's right.
There might be a little bit of a hangover. Now they're going to the Naval Academy to play, and Navy will slow it down. I think Memphis comes out of there with a win, but I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to take the under. And I've heard Trump speak myself live, and it's
have you?
Good. Yeah, he's very, very good speaker. Like I said, whether you like him or not, you got to realize a lot of what he says is funny. You need to have a sense of humor. You need to have a sense of humor. Don't take everything so seriously. You know, like every word he says so serious. But your son's gonna love it.
Good. I absolutely told him to go.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I guess Kenny is still a little sour over last weekend because he's going to take Navy over Memphis and the under.
I think he made a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
He loves his Seminoles.
I think that's two in a row. Me, Kenny, and Doug picked, wasn't it? I know it's two of them.
What did Eddie pick?
He picked the under and
Memphis and the under.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our next game. We got San Jose State Spartans at 3-0, taking on Josh's Washington State Cougars. We all love that Cougar, baby. Washington State, the man you love to hate coming out of Washington State at 3-0. And listen to this, Josh. San Jose State's quarterback, last name Brown, and he can throw the ball just like you did at high school. He already got 915 yards and 9 touchdowns already and 2 INTs. Chalk is the leading rusher for San Jose State. He has 36 carries, 122 yards. Oh, that's not great, and 2 touchdowns. San Jose State opened up the year beating Sacramento 42-24, beating the Air Force Academy 17-7, and beating Ken 31-10. Washington State, of course, last week they beat Washington 24-19. They beat Texas Tech 37-16. So Washington State also beat PRST 70-30. The matchup predictor has Washington State 78.5, San Jose State 21.5. That spread is Washington State favored by 12. The over and under is 56.5, guys. I'm going to take Washington State, lay the 12, and take the over.
I've got 55.5.
Yeah.
For over under.
You are correct. 55.5. You are correct.
Hey, is that
Washington
Puerto
State.
Rico State? Is that PRST? Is that Puerto Rico State?
I bet it is. I have no idea.
Go ahead, Coach.
Washington State's going to have an issue here. They're going to be hung over because they wanted that win bad last week. Next week they play Boise in Boise, so they're going to be looking ahead. That's a big game. They will win. I'm going to take them to win, but give me the points in San Jose State, and I'll take the over.
I'm just going to say ditto. Period. I'd give me San Jose with the point. San Jose State with the points. Give my cousin Brown flinging the ball around, and give me the over.
Hey, PRST is Portland State.
Oh, okay,
Portland
okay.
State, yeah.
Portland State.
Well, Johnny Grissom's pick. He's going to take. He don't buy the hangover and the looking forward and all that. Johnny says when a team is that much better than another team, they're just going to beat that team, and they're going to beat them soundly. So he's taking Washington State. Do I even need to say whether he's taking the over or under?
No, well,
I'm going to say he takes the over.
just for record purposes, go ahead and say it anyway.
I'll take the over.
That's right.
Johnny says. Well, I'm with Johnny on a little bit of that. I'm a little worried, like Eddie said, y'all said that Washington State. I think they may overlook. It's a little San Jose State. San Jose State's undefeated, right?
Yes.
But I still think Washington State. They won the Apple Cup, man. They showed Washington. You left our conference. We kicked your butts last week. Yep. Take that. Pac-12. We're going to bring it back. We might even get Memphis State in before it's over. But I'm gonna give the 12 and say Washington State still wins by a couple of touchdowns, and I'll take the under.
See what Kenny Corley dials up here. Let me get back to the old message from KC and the Sunshine Band. Looks like Kenny is going to take Washington State and the over.
Yeah, at this point, Kenny would say something like, Washington State played a Washington team that was as efficient as a wet tampon. So,
without Michael Penix
Jr. More
Jr.
expletives thrown in there, John.
Yeah.
Definitely would. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on down the schedule. Number 13, Kansas State at 3-0, taking on BYU at 3-0. This is a 9:30 game, guys, out in Utah.
Provo.
Brigham Young. Yep, Provo.
Been there.
So, Kansas State on the matchup predictor is 69.9. BYU 30.1. Kansas State favored by 6. Over and under is 48.5. Provo is a tough place to win ball games, guys. BYU is 3-0. I think BYU gets it done. So give me my +6, and I'm going to take the under of 48.5. Is that correct?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So give me those Cougars, as Josh would say.
Man, like you just said, that's a tough stadium to play in.
Yeah.
BYU has not been tested. Kansas State has, and I hadn't watched Kansas State until last week. And that little quarterback looks good. I'm going to take them to cover and go over.
Yeah, they're favoring and all, but this is going to be my lock of the week for sure. We
got a master lock.
Yep. Go ahead and put it in. If you can go in your DraftKings and change your spread, change it to at least -10. All right. Kansas State's going to go in. It's going to be the Wildcats taking care of that Cougar. That's not the real Cougars. That's Washington State. So give me Kansas State to cover and go with the show's name. I'll take the over. Lock it in.
Well, Johnny Grissom down there in Louisiana, he agrees with you. Exactly.
Hey, give me the key and take that lock off.
He's gonna take Kansas State, and he's gonna of course, he's going to take the over.
You better believe it.
But
Somebody
he-
call OSHA because that ain't a lock.
Man.
Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all not so fast, my friends, because Mark's on to something there. Provo's beautiful place, man. Beautiful campus, beautiful area, tough place to play. It's going to be at night. What do you say, about 6:30 or so? Provo,
9:30.
Utah, BYU. You don't go down there and whoop them Cajuns or them Mormons around like that. No, I tell you, they got the wrong team favored. BYU is
Ooh.
not only going to cover stay within 6. They're going to win the game outright. Wrong team favored. Give me BYU to win the game and the score to go over. Going to be some scoring going on.
Hey Johnny, if you listening, call Pablo right now and tell him don't listen to me. Call Pablo Escobar. Tell him forget it. just tell him JB said no bueno.
Woo. So Kenny Corley says that Kansas State is going to beat BYU worse than they do. There's 3 wives out there in Mormon country. Kansas State and the over.
Oh, Mark, it's us over there on BYU.
Mm.
I'm gonna
That's what
take
Kenny
6,
said.
but I think they win
Kenny
outright.
says Kansas State over BYU and going to beat them like they got 3 wives. That is Mormon country.
That's
Yep.
true.
I'm just reading what he wrote. Man, I got to do my job here
That's
as a
right.
hostess with the mostest.
That's right.
All right, guys, that main event of the evening. And a little history is Oklahoma plays their first SEC matchup. Oklahoma's 3-0, number 15 in the nation, and they're going to host good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Tennessee coming in at number 6 in the nation at 3-0 with a Oklahoma quarterback and national title winner as their coach, and Josh Heupel. Heupel loves to throw that ball around. Tennessee is actually favored by 7 points. The over and under is 57.5, guys. I have seen nobody that can stop that Tennessee offense. And Josh was saying earlier, Tennessee is probably, if not the number 1 team, the number 2 team in the nation right now. And I ain't got no argument with that one, guys. I'm going to pull up a little matchup predictor here as soon as I get there. But I'll tell you what, Tennessee's offense and Nico is something to watch, guys. If you haven't watched them yet, you need to tune in, man. Tennessee, of course, led by Nico at quarterback. He's already got 698 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 INTs. Sampson leads the way on the ground with 357 yards, and he has got 9 touchdowns. That's right. 9 touchdowns in 3 games, guys. He's averaging 3 a game. And Tennessee, of course, opened up the year with a ass whooping with University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, 69-3, guys. Tennessee has only given up 17 points in 3 games as they beat North Carolina State, who was supposed to give them a game. They went in to the old Wolfpack country. Woo! And they were the ones hungry like the Wolf as they beat the Wolfpack 51-10. And then last week, they beat some guy who went out and named a college after him named Kent. He's Kent State 71-0, guys. I tell you what, it's going to be 94 degrees in Norman, but it's going to be a lot hotter as soon as Tennessee gets in that end zone and wears those Sooners out. Give me Tennessee by as many as they want. So I'll lay the 7, and I'm going to take the over of 57.5. Tennessee might get that by late in the second quarter.
Yeah, Tennessee has looked awesome. They've only given up 13 points this year through 3 games. 10-3.
What I say?
17. But
almost the same.
Heupel's
good
going to
either
have
way.
these boys fired
Damn
up.
right.
He wants to win. This is my lock of the week. I'll be throwing in on this one.
Oh,
Tennessee smokes them. I'll take the over.
Yeah, Heupel was fired by Oklahoma.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
he wants this bad.
He does. This right here, man. This is going to be now. Mike Norville needs to watch. This is what you call matchup of powerhouses. Okay, this is what it is. All right. I absolutely stand by what I said earlier. Tennessee is one of the top 2 teams in the country, and it's going to show come Saturday when they play Oklahoma. I will say Tennessee is going to cover, but I also think this is going to be a dogfight, believe it or not. Tennessee has been firing on all cylinders, putting up a bunch of points or whatever, but this is going to be under the 57.5. I just think it's going to end up happening. So give me Tennessee to win, cover, but give me the under.
Well, here once again, Hurricane Johnny Grissom down there. He agrees right with you, Josh. Did y'all swap notes for what?
I'm telling you, he must have stole my shit. I'm telling you.
You trying to get him back in the game. He never takes the under, but he's taking he's taking Tennessee and the under here. So he's right there with you.
Man, it's gonna be a tie between me and him, crybaby of the week.
Now look, the world's flipped around because Oklahoma has always been known for their offense, putting up points.
Yep.
Couldn't stop nothing from scoring. No defense at all. But Brett Venables down there, he's turned that around. He's building an SEC type defense. Tennessee's not going to just do what they want to. I know Heupel wants this game. He wants it bad. He'd love to embarrass them. You got a first year starting quarterback.
The old Cooter internet kicked in.
Now,
he's back.
A call came through. I had to exit out. But yeah,
Was that Johnny changing
Yes,
his
Johnny calling.
Heupel's going to want to do everything he can to embarrass them. But this being at Oklahoma got a pretty solid defense. I'm gonna take Tennessee. I think they will cover. I think it'd be about 10-point game, 13, somewhere like that. But Oklahoma hangs, and the score's going to stay under. It's going to stay under. It's going to surprise y'all.
Look at that. Even Doug, me and Doug agree with Johnny. Look at that.
Well, hang on, we got one more. It's Kenny Corley. He's never going to pick Tennessee.
Yeah.
He'd rather pick the Dingleberries out of his ass in Tennessee. He's going to take Oklahoma and the over. So, OU, give him the points and the over.
He's on the island on that one.
Well, he's going to be. Like I said, he'd rather pick those Dingleberries out of his ass and pick the Volunteers from Tennessee.
Look, I'm almost same way because I can't stand Tennessee, but I got to admit they're good this year.
They are.
Yeah. Best team they've had in years.
They're a top-tier team for sure.
All right, guys. I guess that's all our picks.
They lose.
Anything else we need to talk about before we close out here? And Doug, you got any closing thoughts?
No. I'm looking forward to it. And then a week from Saturday is a real big one. Both teams are off this week. Georgia at Alabama. And speaking of Mr. former president, and hopefully future President Donald J. Trump, he'll be at that game.
Wow. I tell you what, that is, and here's something off the record, but kind of on the record. That is the only game that Alabama has sold out as home games.
Wow. This year?
Yes.
Wow.
They missing Nick Saban, ain't they?
Yeah, how about it?
They've got a pretty good team.
Yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
got a pretty good
Oh, they
team.
got, yeah, they're always pretty good.
That's gonna shake some things up. That's gonna start to shake up the things right there.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what,
Alabama.
Georgia better get ready. Because if they go in there playing like they did at Kentucky, they're going to get an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna
Yep.
be bad.
You better
Well,
believe
you
it.
got any closing thoughts for Mr. Eddie? Cry
Man,
baby
the one-
face.
One I'm ready to see. we didn't pick tonight. What Miami does at USF, I mean, they played Alabama tough for 3.5 quarters. They beat the hell out of everybody else they played. So they're going to give them their best shot. I'm ready to see if Miami just keeps rolling.
Josh, what you got, buddy?
Hey, I've talked enough college football tonight. The only thing I need an update on is the team that's closest to my heart, and that's my Hayti Indians, baby. What's going on with my boys down there?
I tell you what, Hayti pulled an upset this past week. They went into a 2-0 Scott City Ram team, and they won 32-20. Best. I tell you what, they went. You know, Hayti's loaded with sophomores. I don't know if I told you that, but they went last. They've had a year full of costly penalties. All right, so like the first game they played there, and I think they had like 4 touchdowns called back, man.
Ooh.
So and that's a game where they end up losing by, I don't know. I have to go back and look at the score, but they would have been within a touchdown if all those held up. You know what I'm saying? Same way, week 2, Portersville just put it on them. There was no stopping that Portersville run game.
Well, Portersville's good, right?
Yeah, Portersville's still undefeated. They're 3-0, and but they surprised Scott City. Scott City was 2-0, and Scott City is Class 2. We're Class 1. Scott City is in Class 2, District 1, and they were up in the district rankings, which includes Carruthersville and Valley in that district. So, that was a game that Hayti looked good. They went from 16 penalties a game to 4.
Wow. Hey, that's Coach D-Rob.
There you go. Great improvement by the Indians. And we go up to St. Louis this week to play a team in O'Fallon by the name of Veritas Christian, who is actually in our district. So it's a district game. Veritas Christian is 1-1, and the Indians are 1-2. So we shall see. Man. We'll have that game, by the way, right here on the Boot Hill Sports Network. We'll have Hayti Indians versus Veritas Christian. We'll have the Portersville Bulldogs on as well. And that game will be brought to you by Josh's uncle, Chris, who is the play-by-play announcer for the Portersville Bulldogs. There you go. And then we'll have the Carruthersville Tigers taking on the Charleston Blue Jays as well. So we got 3 games every Friday night on the Boot Hill Sports Network. So we are moving on up, as the Jeffersons would say, buddy.
That's right. And my Bellefonte Junior High team plays a team called Clearfield Bison tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. That's a tough team. Their varsity beat us and their JV beat us the other day, so that's a good program they got down there. But this Friday night, the Bellefonte varsity, they play the Penns Valley Rams. It's one of my favorite helmets in the area. It's the Penn State blue with the white horns on there, man. It looks sharp. I do like the helmet. Don't care about the team, though.
And like Penn State uniform, you said?
It's that Penn State blue, just like my hat is. But
gotcha.
the horn is like the St. Louis Ram, but it's the Rams' horns, but they're white. It's a pretty sharp look.
Well, you talk about moving on up. Just wait till we get that $50,000. We'll be moving on up. But
that's right, baby.
Guys, I got to call it.
All right, that's Doug Edwards saying so long. And, hey, Portersville plays Scott City at home this week. So that's a game to watch, too. Also, this is Mark Manley. That is Eddie Crybaby Face Rule. That is the Nature Boy, Josh Brown. I'm Mark Manley saying so long for I'll Take the Over podcast right here on the Boot Hill Sports Network. We'll see you Friday for Friday Night Football.